do you want? A choice. A chance.
There's your chance. Take it.
Grateful.
The day will come when you won't be.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Back again with another throwback review for The Walking Dead. It's for season 4, episode 12, entitled Steel. And yeah, unfortunately, I don't probably really want to review this one because it's probably the worst episode of The Walking Dead. My least favorite one. But like I said, I gotta knock out these reviews just so I can have a complete collection of all the reviews for every episode, which I'm almost done. I just gotta finish up season 4 and then do season 5, and then I should have a review for every episode of The Walking Dead. So, but yeah, this episode was not very enjoyable. But anyways, let's get all past the negativity and let's just get right into this review. Episode starts out in the middle of the night. Daryl and Beth find an abandoned car on the side of the road. They climb into the trunk and spend the night inside as numerous walkers pass. The next morning, they climb out of the car and scavenge it for supplies before moving out. Later, Daryl is hunting for food while Beth is making a fire at the camp they had set up. After failing to catch a squirrel, Daryl manages to kill a large snake. He brings it back to the camp, where he and Beth cook and eat it. After she is finished, Beth tells Daryl she wants to drink. He gives her a bottle of water, but she tells him that she wants alcohol, explaining that Herschel had never let her have any. When Daryl doesn't respond, she angrily takes her knife and leaves. As she is walking, a walker appears and she is forced to hide. She successfully tricks the walker by tossing a stone into a nearby brush, distracting it. Daryl then arrives and leads her back to the camp, much to her anger. After yelling at Daryl, telling him that she can take care of herself and flipping him off, Beth and Daryl leave the camp. They stumble onto a golf course as a group of walkers emerge from the woods, and Beth decides to go into the country club at the edge of the golf course, believing that it will have alcohol. Once inside, they find 3 walkers hanging from the ceiling by their necks, while bodies of people with gunshots in the head are scattered on the floor. As Beth looks for alcohol, Daryl begins collecting money that had been scattered across the floor. The walkers from the golf course attempt to enter the room and force Daryl and Beth to seek refuge deeper inside the club. As they work their way deeper in the building, Beth manages to find an unopened bottle of alcohol. However, a walker attacks them from the shadows and she is forced to smash the bottle to try to use it as a makeshift weapon. When this doesn't work, she manages to get her knife out and use it to kill the walker. She sees Daryl watching and sarcastically thanks him for his help. Daryl simply replies by reminding her that she said she could take care of herself. Beth notices writing on the wall saying, "Welcome to the dog trot," and more bodies of people that had committed mass suicide. They find a shop further inside the building. Daryl attempts to loot the cash register and begins taking anything that might have made monetary value before noticing half of the female corpse in open shirt and sign reading "Rich Bitch" pinned over mannequin legs. Beth meanwhile finds a clean shirt and puts one on. As they continue searching, a grandfather clock that they had passed earlier begins to chime, attracting all the walkers left in the clubhouse. Daryl and Beth attempt to run, and when faced with the dead end, Daryl begins dispatching the walkers using his crossbow before using a golf club and his knife to dispose of them, and finally savagely beating the last one with the golf club and ruining Beth's shirt in the process. They then find the clubhouse's bar, and Beth proceeds to search it for alcohol while Daryl continues collecting things. Beth finds a half-empty bottle of alcohol and asks Daryl, who is now playing darts with the photos of appears to be the club's presidents, if the brand is any good, in which he replies no. Unable to find a clean glass, Beth begins to break down in tears before Daryl angrily walks to where she is sitting and smashes the bottle on the floor, saying that her first drink will be something better. He then takes her to a rundown shack that he claimed to have found with Michonne. He enters the house with Beth, retrieves crates of moonshine from it, and pours her a glass. Beth drinks the moonshine and offers Daryl a drink. He refuses, saying that someone needs to have their wits about them. Beth then convinces Daryl to play a game of I Never, during which Daryl becomes intoxicated, but then says that she has never been to jail, implying that Daryl has. He then becomes furious and begins urinating on one of the walls. He then forcefully takes Beth outside where a walker has been attracted to the house to teach her how to use a crossbow. He shoots the walker in the chest, pinning it to a tree, and then tries to force Beth to kill it with a crossbow. She refuses and instead stabs it in the head with her knife. They then begin arguing, during which Daryl yells at Beth for being lost on the road and only wants to give him a drink, like a dumb college bitch. And Beth accuses Daryl for not caring about anyone. Daryl then breaks down and reveals that he felt directly responsible for Herschel's death. He tells her how he had a shot at the governor but didn't take it, and that if he only kept looking for the governor with Michonne, maybe then they could have saved Herschel's life. Beth then embraces him and they continues to cry. Later that night, Daryl and Beth share stories of their respective families, during which Beth tells Daryl that he would ultimately be the last person standing after everything was over. Daryl then says that before the apocalypse he would follow his brother Merle and do as he said. Beth then suggests we should burn it down, helping Daryl erase all of his past unwanted self. Daryl smiles and tells her that they need more alcohol. They empty all the moonshine all over the house and prepare to light it. Daryl offers Beth the matches and she lights the money that Daryl had collected earlier, throwing it into the house. The house begins to burn and Beth and Daryl both flip the house off while watching it burn before turning and leaving. Alright guys, that was the unbearable breakdown review of Season 4, Episode 12, entitled Still. It was just basically nothing. Just Beth wanting a fucking drink, and yeah, it was hard to watch. Pretty fucking terrible, but yeah, but there's the review. I had to get all the reviews on the channel, so there that one unmercifully is. And thanks for checking it out, and like I said, like, comment, most importantly subscribe, and I'll be back soon with the next review. Y'all be good.
Welcome to Woodburn.
Pushing my pants yet?